Welcome to Golf Cask Tastings. Slide up a stool, enjoy the pour.
Hey there, Golf Cast Nation. This is Brian Bailie here bringing you a quick tasting of Maker's Mark 46. I just did this tasting with a kind of intro level to bourbon, so I thought I'd go ahead and give it a full review. Maker's Mark is Maker's Mark, right? It's sweet. It's a wheated bourbon, right? So it's got the second biggest grain inside the mash bill other than corn would be wheat, so you should get a very subtle, very approachable drink by definition. We'll see how well Maker's Mark actually does with that. So let's go ahead and let's look at our color. You can see our color is a little dark copper. So it's got a little bit of age. The age statement I could find on it was right around 6 years, typically is your Maker's Mark. But again, it is a good, solid color. Definitely got a little age. Now, if we start looking at the legs, they are relatively thin and moving relatively fast. The bottle tells us the proof on this is actually 90. So, without further ado, let's taste. Taste really matches the nose. I get sweet, not caramel sweet, again more honey sweetness because I think that wheat is giving you kind of that flavor. So by the nose I'm getting sweet, I'm getting a little vanilla, I'm getting a little oak, but it's more of a sugar honey sweet, more of a baking sweet than it is a burnt sweet like when I think of a traditional bourbon. Very subtle, very soft, very sweet, very, very approachable. And this is why Maker's Mark has such a big footprint. It is really good for beginning whiskey drinkers. So on the nose, again, sweet, sweet, sweet. On the taste, more sweet. A little bit of oak. But again, I'm getting just levels of sweetness. And again, it's just really a smooth, enjoyable drink. So again, for a lot of beginner whiskey drinkers, you're really going to like Maker's Mark because of the wheated bourbon. So wheated bourbons are really good for people that are kind of entry level into whiskeys. But again, there are some big boys that are this. So Nulu, Pappy, there's some really big Wellers, there's some really big brands that are wheated as well. But again, I think wheated gives a great entry level for people that want a little softness and approachability, more like an Irish. Really good there. Finish is actually relatively, I would call it medium, and it just kind of lingers for a while. It's still kind of, that sweetness is still kind of hanging around inside. So I would even go finish on this is actually kind of a medium. Let's go ahead and rank this baby. I would say nose, 3. Good sugar, good sweets, but again, that honey baking sweet more so than that burnt charred bourbon sweet. Taste really mirrors the nose. We're getting a lot of sugar. I'm getting honey. I'm getting oak. I'm getting vanilla. I'm getting a bourbon, but just a gentler version of bourbon, right? The new aged bourbon, let's say. And then by finish, I'm going medium, still pulling the sugars with me. Coats the tongue a little bit, not super dry, just kind of hangs out in your mouth for a little while. So kind of a little oily finish, hangs around. Again, for the price, about $30, Maker's Mark. It's a good whiskey. Cheers. Overall ranking, 3. Nose, 3. Taste, 3. And what was the other one? Finish, 3. It is a par. It is a good, solid American wheated bourbon. Cheers.